Okay, I apologize for that. Again, welcome to Grenada, Carrico, Pidimonic, and the entire world. We are back with you. We are back with you for another night. This is News Discussed, Not Told. It is Friday, and folks, on Fridays, we try to not keep you waiting for too long, but we will see, because we have so many things to tell you about, boy. So many things to tell you about. So all you brace all yourself. We have the folks from WPG10 joining us right now. So welcome to the program. Grand dance woman accuses 3 men of raping her. Already multiple sex-related arrests has been made for 2019. Multiple. Escaped prisoner Hayden Phillip is still on the run. As well, government declares deadlock, and we will tell you more about that. Duty president says negotiations are done and over with, no more. All right. As well, businessman charged with indecent assault on a minor, and prisoners to benefit from rescuing guards, and we told you about that. This incident happened in Trinidad and Tobago, where some inmates attempted to attack officers, and some other inmates created a human wall to protect the officers. And so now the commissioner has recognized them, and there may be some rewards coming their way. We're going to tell you more about that in tonight's program. So we have a lot of things to tell you about, so brace yourself. All right, we want to invite you to share the program, because whenever you share the program, other people gets to see what's happening. Other people gets to know that the program is live. Yes, so share the business. We want to remind you that the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Duty Free Caribbean and the Colombian Emirates International. You see, when we come back, people, it will be real news in Ole Lili Lolo. So stay tuned and tell a friend.
And so it begins, a journey like no other. Jungles so lush, they make emeralds jealous. Water that sparkles like diamonds. Mountains with more facets than precious gems. This is where good times are had, where love is strengthened, where memories are formed. And when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will never fade. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
In this new television season, 8 p.m. is a must-see on WPG10. We have sports every night, on weeknights and Saturdays, Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. Big Bang Sports, Tuesdays and Thursdays, your new cricket show at Stumps. Saturdays, your big-time sports store on A Sporting View. The sporting heavy hitters are all at 8 p.m. only on WPG10.
I'm pleased to be chilling in the West Indies.
Stay
Cricket action is back. Grenada National Stadium, the West Indies Championship Regional 4-day tournament, Thursday, January 17th to the 20th, 2019, as the Windward Islands Volcanoes take on Jamaica Scorpions, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily at the Grenada National Stadium. Admission $10. Comes to the likes of Devon Smith, Sherman Lewis, Josh Thomas, Roland Cato, amongst the regional stars. Remember, cricket action is back at the Grenada National Stadium, January 17th to the 20th, 2019. Come shout and support your team.
He's hit that one.
Don't miss a ball.
It's a new year, so how about a new look? At Quartz Optical, we have the latest brand names and styles. Plus, get 20% off credit on 12 to 24 months. Instant credit approval while you are being tested. Get 15% off cash, so you can get that new frame to go into the new year. Only at Quartz Optical, the largest, fastest growing optical chain in the Caribbean. Special conditions apply.
Colors Promotion together with Carib present National Colors Fest.
Everybody safe, girls lighting up, keep up.
National Colors Fest, Wednesday, February 6th, the night before the holiday. Moonlight City, we deck off in our national colors and come out to play a mass. And you see, when morning touch, Grenada's best takes the stage. Sheldon Douglas, Boise, Dash,
Wind up, we don't want no
Easy, Jab King, Hainan Jab and Sosa, Muddy and Squeezed, Looney Spark and Electrify, Zooty Man and more. Get ready, cause a mass go play. We embrace the ice, green and gold National Colors Fest, 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. General admission 25. Ticket outlets are Gittins, England Dance, Heather Boutique, Shakti's Bar, opposite the terminal, Spice Mobile Guam, Shi's Bar Victoria, Big Lane Bar Sates, Kwame in River Sally, Daigo Shop Tivoli, Bogozo Barbershop, Kevin and Crush Barbershop Grenville, and St. David's Pharmacy. National Colors Fest, Wednesday, February 6th, Moonlight City.
Yes, and we're getting ready for that one, boy. The venue has changed for the Colors Fest. All right, folks, so we are ready, and let's get into some real news right now. So the first thing that we need to tell you about is that the traffic department of the Royal Grenada Police Force hereby notifies the general public and in particular motorists that there will be a delay in vehicular traffic along the Molyneux Public Road approximately 200 feet after its junction with Mount Morris Public Road towards the western direction, and that will be on Saturday 12th January 2019 between the hours of 8 a.m. and 12 noon. Now the Royal Grenada Police Force said that they apologize for any inconvenience caused, and as well the traffic department of the Royal Grenada Police Force would also like to notify the general public and in particular motorists that Yonge Street St. George's will be temporarily closed to vehicular traffic on Sunday 13th January between the hours of 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. That is to facilitate road repairs along the said street. Again, the Royal Grenada Police Force apologizes for any inconveniences caused. Folks, they did say that they were going to be doing some work at the pool in Good Hope. We are talking about the swimming pool in Good Hope, and people, they have done some work and the place looks fresh. Take a look at this picture. It looks really nice. Now, over the Christmas holidays, the Grenada Amateur Swimming Association, through the assistance of FINA, undertook some long overdue upgrades to the existing facility at the Good Hope swimming pool while awaiting the construction of the aquatic complex. Now, the Good Hope pool was drained, resurfaced and painted. The work at the pool is now completed, they say, and you're seeing it right on your screen right there. All right, now they say what needs to happen now is that they're working with the Ministry of Sports and NAWASA to have the pool refilled at soonest. All right, the refilling is estimated to take approximately 7 days, they say, As a result, the pool will not reopen this week, and they say that further updates will be sent during the course of next week on the progress of the refilling, and they want you to be advised accordingly. All right, they would also tell you about the projected reopening date. Okay, they say that they apologize for any inconvenience caused as well, and they are looking forward to your continued support in the coming year. All right, Olia, the next thing we have to tell Olia about, boy, Digicel again. Breaking barriers, setting new frontiers. Now, with the recent announcement that Digicel is ready to roll out its new fiber optic infrastructure, according to Digicel, Grenada is set to enter into a new era of global competitiveness and economic development. They say investment in this state-of-the-art technology helps to ensure Grenada's future, providing a faster, more reliable internet service on the island. Now, they're saying that the fiber experience promises wider coverage, broader bandwidth, faster connections, and crystal clear video services that won't fade or disconnect in the inclement weather. They're saying that they're doing all that for a very competitive price. So they are giving you something, my friends, to look forward to. Digicel. You know what I mean? Now we're talking business. We are moving on. Now, the Royal Grenada Police Force, in collaboration with the Regional Security Systems, that's the RSS, and the European Union, they will be hosting a panel discussion on countering transactional threats network in the region. So they're going to be having a nice little session and so on, and they're inviting the media to show up. And I think I saw an email that was sent to the media houses, all right? So we're just letting you guys know that this will be very important, so you gotta go. All right, good. All you know, we usually do what we call the in the paper segment. We're going fast, right? Yeah, we don't want to stick. We have so many things to tell you about the in the paper segment, and so we want to get into that right now. Okay, now we go through several newspapers. I see one of my newspapers is missing, but a small thing. All right, one of these things we have here is several acres of cocoa and other bearing trees have been cut down in the process of cleaning lands on the Dunfermline estate. They say lands Informer understands, and that report came from the Informer, right? Lands Informer understands are owned by a prominent St. Andrew family, but have since been leased. Now we were able to get a nice little, a little picture, so they're saying that they, yeah, give me paper, you understand? Throw me off, take me paper, yeah, paper take me place, you understand? So they are saying that these lands owned by a prominent business person. Now they're saying that they cleared lands by the gentleman, they said these cleared lands, we were told, again, that's by the Informer, by a gentleman who brought us to the site last Monday, will be used for a sugarcane plantation, while the cane will be used to produce red rum, as they understand that there's a new rum distillery that will be set up in the area. All right, they say Dunfermline once accommodated the manufacture of a brand of rum called Dunfermline Rum, and it said there once consisted of a sugarcane plantation with a rum producing factory, but this factory ceased to exist in the late 90s. It was also said that it is not clear what led to the collapse of the operations, but the remainder of the cane plantation was sold to other distilleries. So it seems like something is going to be taking place there pretty soon. Prisoner on the run, and we have received a confirmation from the Royal Grenada Police Force that they are in fact searching for escaped prisoner Hayden Phillip. Phillip is 35 years old, and according to police, he's actually from Cherry Hill, St. George, and they say that he was discovered missing at around 3:45 p.m. from the Richmond Hill prison on Thursday, 10th January 2019. Now, Police says that anyone who sees Philip or has any information about his whereabouts, you are asked to contact the Criminal Investigations Department at 440-3921, 440-3999 or 440-2266. Central Police Station at 440-2244. South St. George Police Station at 444-4454. St. Paul's Police Station at 440-3224. Police Emergency at 911. Or they say you can as well call the nearest police station. We're going really fast. Now the next story that we have to tell you about, people. Government declares deadlock in pension negotiations matter. And they say that it is to be referred to the Labour Commissioner. Now government, through a press release, they say that they have declared a deadlock in the pension negotiations with public sector trade unions and staff association. Now, at the continuation of talks today, they say government's pension engagement committee notified the unions and staff association that an amicable solution appears unlikely given the great disparity between the proposals by the two parties. Now, since the start of negotiations, government has improved, according to them, its offer of advance payment of pension, also known as gratuity, to 8% with reduced pension over 8 years. Now, the unions and staff associations continue to demand 25% gratuity, which government maintains is not affordable and sustainable. Now, the continued insistence of the 25% gratuity has left the government with no choice but to declare an impasse. And we have Minister Oliver Joseph making that declaration today.
Government declares deadlock in pension negotiation between the Pension Engagement Committee and the Unions and Staff Association. At the continuation of negotiation, the Unions and Staff Association insisted on 25% gratuity for the members. The government side reiterated that 25% is unaffordable, unsustainable, and will breach the Fiscal Responsibility Act. The matter will therefore be sent to the Labour Commissioner for conciliation. If it is not settled at that time, it can be referred to the Minister of Labour for mediation. I wish to make it clear that the government is committed to pension restoration and reform that will benefit all state employees.
Thank you very much, Minister. And just before coming on to the program, we also had a discussion with the president of the GUT, that's Mr. Lydon Lewis. He said that the meeting was very short. He also mentioned that the minister would have declared deadlock, all right, on his own. He said there was no discussion around it. The minister just declared deadlock. Here's a conversation with the president just moments ago.
Well, today was very interesting. We went to the meeting because I can only speak for GUT. Our members felt that to give the pension engagement committee the respect. So we went to the meeting, and well, the agenda was tabled. We had the normal thing. When the agenda items were called, we asked for a deferral. And after the last agenda item was tabled, the leader of the pension engagement team, Honorable Oliver Joseph, just said to us that he declared the meeting deadlock and he's going to refer the matter to the the Labour Commissioner. I mean, that was the strangest thing I've ever heard. And that was it. What we said to him is that we would get back to him with an official letter from the unions, okay, which we did today. And by the time we left the table, we saw the release speaking to the minister saying that we are deadlocked. There was no discussion on the union side regarding deadlock, so that's where we are.
So was there any sort of discussions at all on the table?
No, we asked that the agenda items be deferred, including the minutes. We were not prepared to have that discussion today. Mm-hmm. So there was nothing new tabled by by both parties. The minister announced that the government is holding fast to the 8% of their contribution, their portion of the pension. And we declared that the proposal we sent to them, which was a compromise from the original position we had, we still hold to it. And that was basically it. And he told us there was no discussion as to whether or not we would like the matter to be declared dead law. There was nothing to do with that on our part. He just went there and said what he said and said thank you. And we said we'll respond officially. But what we did say to him is that we're holding on to our original position and that we'll submit a letter to him explaining that we are no longer interested in being part of the discussion.
And we also asked the president, Mr. Lydon Lewis, so now that there has been a deadlock that has been declared, really and truly, what happens next?
What happens next is that we as union would make a decision as to what we want to do. Nobody could force us to mediation or whatever. We made it clear that we no longer wish to have discussion regarding this issue. So declaring it deadlock and speaking to us to sending it to the Labour Commissioner does not apply to us because we've made it very clear, even through a letter today, that we no longer wish to go ahead with the discussion.
Okay, and of course we also asked him, okay, so how do you proceed from here? And this was his response. He says that all sorts of discussions are over and done with.
The unions now would make a decision. Remember, we had a meeting in Carriacou today. I'm waiting for the report from the team that went up there as to what the teachers there are saying, and then we will make an official announcement sometime during the week as to officially what our position is. So the discussion today and all this letter going left, right, and center and press release, we're not here nor there. We may just have to respond to it officially to give our members an update as to what is happening. But what I can tell the public and the members of the GUT, we've indicated very clearly to the leader of the pension engagement team that we no longer are interested in any discussion, in any mediation or anything relating to that. To us, negotiation, discussion, whatever it is, whether we're on the table, is done, over with, and that's what we are holding to.
All right, thank you very much, folks. That was the voice of Mr. Andre Lewis. He is the that's the voice of Mr. Lydon Lewis, all right? And he is the president of the GUT. Now, here's what. In going forward now, so we are leaving this story and we are moving into another very important matter of national interest. Already for 2019, there has been about 10 sex-related offenses reported to the police. We are 11 days into 2019. We are almost having one a day. 2019 hasn't started good at all where that is concerned. Now, folks, last year, 2018, the beginning of 2018 was crazy when it comes to sex-related crimes, right? 2019 isn't looking any better. And I'll tell you why. A 21-year-old unemployed resident of Grand Mall, St. George is complaining that she was raped. She is complaining that she was raped. She says that she was in a little distress, needed a little night rest. You understand? Someone offered While she's sleeping, while she's sleeping, she says the individual woke her up and crazy stuff. Reported the matter to the police. You know, she said she was in a little distress, you know, so she got a little night rest. As well, a 60-year-old man of Grandance housing scheme is being investigated by police. In fact, he was arrested and charged with 2 counts of indecent assault by indecently assaulting an 11-year-old female. You understand? But this incident hasn't happened in 2019 though. You understand? This particular incident did not happen in 2019. Folks, I ain't making it up. Another incident. Crazy stuff I'm talking about right now. A 35-year-old woman of Grandance, you know. She doesn't have a job. You understand? She says she went to take a piss behind a shop when she was approached by 3 men who held her down and took turns at raping her, one after the other. I ain't making it up. Just happened a couple days ago. If we hear them people's stories, people, these women and them, if we hear their stories, people, the stories these people are telling, how they're telling it, and you wondering why it is these women have to go through that kind of business. You understand? It's like the thing start again. You know? Telling me, boy, Jano. And as we re-enter into the in the paper segment, this is from the Grenada Informer. You know, this is one of the frontline stories that Mr. Martin Simpson, also known as Cap from Florida St. John, who resides in Duquesne, St. Mark, was charged over the weekend for indecent assault on a minor. According to this, he made his first appearance at the Guelph Magistrates Court on Monday before Magistrate Teddy St. Louis and was granted bail in the sum of $20,000 with one surety. Bail was granted with the conditions that Simpson has to report to the Victoria Magistrates Court twice a week between the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. He was also ordered not to have any contact with the victim or family members of the victim. Now, he will make his next court appearance at the Victoria Magistrates Court on Thursday, January 31st, 2019. We are moving on. And we were telling you about prisoners how to benefit from rescuing by the prison officers. That's one story. All right, and there's another of $1.2 million in weed destroyed in Mairo. We're talking about Trinidad, boy. Just days after a call by advocacy groups to for a moratorium on arrest for marijuana possession, police seized and destroyed a marijuana field worth approximately TT 1.2 million. You know? Now, according to a statement from the Trinidad and Tobago Police Services, the fully grown marijuana trees were destroyed by officers of the Organized Crime and Intelligence Unit. They say that the officers conducted the exercise yesterday, during which they proceeded to the area in Mairo, where they discovered the marijuana field with approximately 1,200 fully grown marijuana trees and approximately 500 seedlings. The trees and seedlings were subsequently destroyed, and they say that the investigations are ongoing. Oh, God, I give up. I give up. Them men and them still burning weed. Them men and them still burning marijuana fields in 2019. Never thought I would be reading a story like that. Always save the thing, lock it up some way, because you all already said you are looking into the whole business of the decriminalization and so on. So hold it still. That could do good for the economy. Petrotrin just had go through all this stress. So many people had to be laid off, had to be out of a job. You understand? You have businesses closing down, people fighting. You know, you had how much flood, extensive damage, millions of dollars worth of damages that you have to go into the government resources to help to assist with housing and appliances and so on for these people. And then on the flip side, you're burning the weed. I never hear that yet. You understand? Never hear that yet. Yeah. So let me see what I'm going. Let me leave that story. I leave that story right there. Now, we were telling you, boy, about the prison officers. That the inmates, boy, that assisted the prison guards. You know, so the commissioner of police in Trinidad says, you know what, this is so commendable. Now, right after the incident, the commissioner showed up. He said, this is so commendable that they have to see if they can come up with some sort of plan, right, to reward these inmates. They created a human wall to protect. These men created a human wall to protect the officers. There's one source who said that the search that was being conducted by some masked officers were illegal. A high-ranking prison official said that the search that was being conducted at the time, search/raid, was illegal. And that is what created the uproar in the prison. They said the guys were outside and they were told that they were going to do some fogging and so on in the prison. And while they're outside, they observed the men in mask going through their stuff. Now, the high-ranking official said, protocol is that the men must be allowed to take away their religious stuff. The inmates, like their Bibles and so on, take that away. Take that, and you know, and those procedures were not followed. So because of that, the inmates got really irate and they're moving on their men. And they say just a handful of them. Others stop. They say they put themselves in the harm's way to save the officers. They say, had that not happened, no, what could have went on in that prison? So the commission and them, they say they're trying to find a way to see if they can reward them, you know. So let's see how that one works, you know what I mean? But I thought that was rather interesting. It's Friday, we don't like to keep all the waiting and thing. We take a quick break, and folks, when we come back, we have the weather and the national report for you, so we want you to stay tuned for that as well. All right, guys?
We listened to what you had to say and tore up the old rules, because losing what you paid for is just wrong. Now, lost data and talk are a thing of the past. Only Digicel gives you unlimited rollover data and talk. Just buy and renew your Quick Pick bundle before it expires and keep what's rightfully yours. Never lose what you don't use. Go to My Digicel app to bundle up and roll over today. Digicel.
Replace, upgrade, or treat yourself to something new. Yes, you can with Quartz Ready Finance. Shop today and pay nothing until March 2019. Low monthly payments, flexible terms, and the assurance that your payments are protected against unforeseen events. Get what you need now with nothing down. Yes, you can with Quartz Ready Finance. Quartz, bringing value home.
It's a new year, so how about a new look? At Quartz Optical, we have the latest brand names and styles. Plus, get 20% off credit on 12 to 24 months. Instant credit approval while you are being tested. Get 15% off cash, so you can get that new frame to go into the new year. Only at Quartz Optical, the largest, fastest growing optical chain in the Caribbean. Special conditions apply.
We mean business and we talk business.
I wanted to go back to when it started.
And we let women in business tell their own stories and inspire others.
But I'm very excited about 2019.
I am Abigail Long, and join me right here for Abby's Power Lunch.
You never looked at a piece of paper. This was just a beautiful conversation.
We talk to women of the Caribbean who make things happen.
I know, let's not just preach it, let's practice it, and it starts from household.
All right, thank you very much. And folks, it is now time for the National Report.
Government declares deadlock in pension negotiations. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Friday, January 11th, 2019, I am Leslie Ann Johnson. Government has declared a deadlock in pension negotiations with public sector trade unions and staff associations. When talks continued on Friday, Government's Pension Engagement Committee notified the unions and staff associations that an amicable solution appears unlikely, given the great disparity between proposals by the two parties. Since the start of negotiations, government has improved its offer of advanced payment of pension, also known as gratuity, to 8%. With reduced pension over 8 years. But the unions and staff associations continue to demand a 25% gratuity, which government maintains is not affordable or sustainable. However, the continued insistence on 25% gratuity has left the government with no choice but to declare an impasse. And so in keeping with the procedures for the settlement of disputes, the matter will be referred to the Labour Commissioner for conciliation. If this fails, the matter will be referred to the Minister for Labour for mediation. After opting to defer all three substantive items on the agenda during the meeting on Friday, the unions and staff associations indicated that they will communicate their official position in writing to the government.
At the continuation of negotiation, the unions and staff association insisted on 25% gratuity for the members. The government side reiterated that 25% is unaffordable unsustainable and will breach the Fiscal Responsibility Act. The matter will therefore be sent to the Labour Commissioner for conciliation. If it is not settled at that time, it can be referred to the Minister of Labour for mediation. I wish to make it clear that the government is committed to pension restoration and reform that will benefit all state employees.
That's Chairman of Government's Pension Engagement Committee, the Honourable Oliver Joseph. The Grenada Development Bank, GDB, and the Ministry of Labour have created a financial package that will assist the new recruits for Carnival Cruise Lines to complete preliminary requirements for employment on the cruise ship. These include medical, fitness training, and visa applications. Representatives from GDB met Friday with the first batch of recruits. More than 80 applicants have been accepted, with the first 40 due to commence work in mid-April. Labour Minister, the Honourable Peter David, encouraged the group to give priority to planning their future as they embark on a new chapter.
Plan your life, plan everything about your life. Say you want to go here and plan how you get there. I'm sure if you're in Grenville and you say you're going Grand Anse, you're going to figure if you're going East Coast, West Coast, or going down over the hills. You're going to say, well, that way is shorter because less gas. So less gas, this way longer, but I had to meet a girlfriend on the way down. You're going to plan every step of the way. Similarly with your own life, plan every step of the way. And it may sound as if I'm just an old man just being miserable. But the truth is, if you plan, it is more likely you'll succeed than if you unplanned, because there'll be all kinds of ad hoc moves on the way forward. So I just want to say that. And in relation to the bank, and the reason I'm saying that is this, that if you decide to take a loan from the bank, you have a certain income, put aside your money to pay back the bank. I'll tell you why. You're going to come back to the bank for your house. You're going to come back to the bank for your car. You're going to come back to the bank for a bus. So you have to always look down the road.
GDB's Senior Project Officer, Mr. Alistair Bain, says the bank has been in contact with Trinity Recruitment Services, Inc. of Barbados. Representatives from the recruitment firm spent 3 days in Grenada in December, receiving applications and interviewing applicants for various vacant positions on board the Carnival Cruise Lines. Mr. Bain says the continuation of the loan program to cruise ship recruits depends on their consistency in payment.
Give you information regarding the loan process, what you would be required to present us with, so that we can do an assessment. Remember, we are not giving you a grant. As the minister said, we are giving you a loan. We expect that loan to be repaid, because if it is not repaid, the next batch of recruits may not be able to access funding. If we think that the program is not successful in terms of our funding for that particular sector, we would have to review it and probably withdraw it. You don't want that to happen.
And the bank's External Relations Officer, Ms. Carla Haywood, shared some information on the financial package.
We're looking at a figure of $6,000 maximum that y'all would look to use. So on a monthly basis, your payback should look at $520. The last set of loans that we did cruise ship wise, it came up to about $7,000, and that figure payback was $600 a month.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
It is here again, it is here again. The Made in Grenada Expo is here again. And I just hope the whole of Grenada ready, because I sound in a clarion call. The Made in Grenada Expo is here again. The Made in Grenada Expo is on February 7th, and the public is encouraged to come out and give full support and buy out all local products on show. Products manufactured right here in Grenada, 100% Grenadian, and it's happening right here at the National Stadium. Are taking in the Independence Parade and the Made in Grenada Expo one time. I am so excited. That's why I'm making a fireside. I bring my tent, my blanket and all kind of thing, and I'm camping right here until everything done on February 7th. The Made in Grenada Expo is here again.
Continuing the news, the Grenada Tourism Authority GTA says Grenada has exceeded its tourist arrival target in 2018, welcoming 528,077 visitors, just over the 500,000 mark set in 2017. The arrivals account for stayover, yachting and cruise ship visitors. A strong performance was recorded in stayover arrivals with an increase of 9.97%. The numbers moved from just over 146,000 to more than 160,000, with special mention given to what the GTA describes as a bumper Christmas season, which recorded 17% growth. The GTA's Chief Executive Officer, Ms. Patricia Ma, says they are encouraged by the numbers.
Canada recorded the highest growth. The Canadian market in 2018, yeah? Would you believe a 19.5% increase year on year for the destination? So Canada, look at Canada, guys. There's a lot of potential in the Canadian market, and you know, it's fantastic. And then the USA followed suit and grew by 12.38% year on year. So the USA market is also very strong for us. The Caribbean market also grew significantly, almost 7% year on year. And that's our friends from around the region visiting us in Grenada. So that's wonderful. We had some significant growth also, believe it or not, out of Latin America. And the rest of the world, other parts of the world, which is interesting, globally, we're making our mark because we grew by 18.27%. Yeah, so that for us is interesting statistic data. We're growing also not just in our key source markets, but globally.
Minister for Tourism and Civil Aviation, the Honourable Clarice Modeste Kerwin said, and I quote, "Achieving 500,000 arrivals has been a landmark goal for the destination of Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique. It is a testament of the island's growing influence in the marketplace and industry growth," unquote. The GTA also launched what it called a destination shopping video during Thursday's press conference. Product Development Manager Mrs. Curl Hoshtialik says it is in response to surveys done in the past, which showed that the level of satisfaction for shopping in Grenada was low.
It is our hope that this video, which we're going to debut today, would create an opportunity for a potential increase in revenue for the industry, especially to those persons in the gift and merchandising subsector. The video creates awareness by highlighting the array of goods, products, and traditional craft that we have in the Tri-Island state of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. It showcases talented people and thriving businesses. A true Grenadian shopping experience is revealed by the variety of quality products made from bamboo, glass, straw, shells, chocolate, our famous spice necklace, and so much more.
The video will be available on the GTA's online platform, local television stations, and integrated in its overseas marketing efforts. Minister for Culture, Senator the Honourable Nolan Cox, says Grenada's 45th anniversary independence celebrations will highlight the country's traditional culture. During Thursday's media launch for the celebrations, Senator Cox said the plan is to highlight both the historical and rich cultural heritage of Grenada while marking another political milestone of the country as an independent nation.
From the ministry standpoint, one of the things that we're advocating something in terms of the operations of the committee in terms of focus, to focus more on traditional culture. And so that is an area that the committee has been mandated to focus on a lot in this year's celebration. So Mr. William didn't mention that, but I just say that, let me just let you know. So that is a new area of focus, more on the traditional culture.
The minister also spoke about the National Dress Initiative that will be launched as part of this year's celebrations. He says the process is being done jointly with the Cultural Foundation and will be implemented officially for the 2020 Independence celebrations.
So a number of initiatives have already been executed. The Cultural Foundation is the entity that is charged with the responsibility of executing that activity. So what is going to take place at this year's celebration is to actually launch. We're going to do it in form of a competition and allow for the public to send in designs based on the concept that was developed. So all the concepts have already been constructed. As Mr. Williams indicated, there is a special booklet that has been compiled by the Greater Cultural Foundation, and that booklet will be handed out to prospective persons who are interested in participating in that activity. We were hoping to actually have the final where for this year's celebration, we are working hard towards that. As you know, I only came in April, and so there were a number of things that we had to get approved, even for budget and everything like that. So a number of things happened, but that in itself didn't lend us enough time to actually have the competition and have the final designs approved, which we are hoping to have this year, so that it would be displayed as part of the 45th celebration.
Among the many activities listed for the 2019 Independence celebrations are the Community Oil Dung Initiative and Beautification Competition. And that's the National Report. I'm Leslie Ann Johnson.
Well, yeah, we would like to say thank you very much to Leslie Ann Johnson, and all the best to you and the entire team at the Government Information Service. We do hope that you guys are going to have yourselves a very good weekend. And let's see, maybe we can take a little look at what the weather is going to be like for tonight into tomorrow. What does it look like? All right, last night again was a bit on the chilly side of things. Again, people say, well, Grenada can be chilly, but by Grenadian standards, yes, it was a bit chilly. All right, tonight's minimum temperature is expected to be about 24 degrees Celsius. Winds easterly to southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas moderate, waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Now, there are no warnings issued for Grenada for now. All right, and folks, short and sweet, that's your weather report for tonight. Now, we know that there are a few things that you might have planned, and so we're wishing that you're going to have a good time for this weekend, and that we're going to see you back here next Monday, God's willing. Now, if there's anything that needs us coming back on the program Saturday or Sunday, then we will. All right, but if not, we want to wish every one of you the best. Again, Esther, Philip, hello to you. Kizzy, Shireen, Ebony, Shireen, Angel, Angeli, Rolanda, Zaka, Ebony, Deslin, Sally, Kevin. We also have Adore, Sharon, Wayne, Samantha. Samantha, where's your badge? Boy, Jennifer, Rachel, Caroline. We have Daria. We have Raul with us as well. We have Patsy. We have Sheba. We have Michelle. And did I say Nels and Rachel? Did I say Sharon Rush? And everyone else. Hey, Gavin, what's up, bro? We have Gavin. We have Spice Girl. We have Eunice, Sandra, and everyone else who's on the program. We have to say thank you to you, all right? And don't forget, we have our event coming up. The crew out there in Canada, we have our event coming up, and we would really want you to support. Remember, it's all part of the Mikey Live Helping Hands Foundation. You see, when you support any of our events, it's because you're supporting our initiative to give back to the persons who are mostly in need. I mean, we see that there are so many people here in Grenada who needs some form of assistance, and so when you support our events, that is what you are technically supporting, because we want to find ways of increasing what we do, improving what we do. All right, so we want you to support the event. What else do we have for you? I think that's just about it. We wish you all the best, you and your entire family. Do have a good one. Let's go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We all say, Ja, no. Good night, everyone. And I stuck to my promise of finishing a few minutes before 10. So here we go. God bless you.
We mean business and we talk business.
I wanted to go back to when it started.
And we let women in business tell their own stories and inspire others.
But I'm very excited about 2019.
I am Abigail Long, and join me right here for Abby's Power Lunch.
You never looked at a piece of paper. This was just a beautiful conversation.
We talk to women of the Caribbean who make things happen.
I know, let's not just preach it, let's practice it, and it starts from household.
In this new television season, 8 p.m. is a must-see on WPG10. We have sports every night, on weeknights and Saturdays, Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. Big Bang Sports, Tuesdays and Thursdays, your new cricket show at Stumps. Saturdays, your big-time sports store on A Sporting View. The sporting heavy hitters are all at 8 p.m. only on WPG10.
I'm pleased to be chilling in the West Indies.
We mean business and we talk business.
I wanted to go back to when it started.
And we let women in business tell their own stories and inspire others.
But I'm very excited about 2019.
I am Abigail Long, and join me right here for Abby's Power Lunch.
You never looked at a piece of paper. This was just a beautiful conversation.
We talk to women of the Caribbean who make things happen.
I know, let's not just preach it, let's practice it, and it starts from household.
In this new television season, 8 p.m. is a must-see on WPG10. We have sports every night, on weeknights and Saturdays, Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. Big Bang Sports, Tuesdays and Thursdays, your new cricket show at Stumps. Saturdays, your big-time sports store on A Sporting View. The sporting heavy hitters are all at 8 p.m. only on WPG10.